Okay, the floor is restored again. We can get through our little hallway here between our multi-purpose sorting and packing and picturing table and our shelves. There are a few things under there, including the game totes, which will be listed at some point. And there is some inventory down on the end, and in the middle are some things for me to list yet. Whoa. Got rid of boxes, got rid of some junk. Just need to get it out of here. Okay, today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Wednesday morning dealer here. Crazy Picker Life. Getting the morning wound up and ready to go. So, I would have to say the sort, whatever you want to call it, the ship is going down, the Titanic is going down. Sort activity was fairly successful. I got things where I wanted them to be. Take a look back here. So here's what I'm leaving behind. Lens caps. There's some more film I found that needs to go somewhere in one of these totes that has film. There's sort of a carryover tote that's got some bits and pieces that are worth some money, but not enough to sell alone. For example, I would have thrown this film tank in with the lot of film tanks. Alone, you know, I might be able, if I had some reels in there, I might be able to get $10 or $14. It's a pretty nice film tank. But in a lot, that's worth $5 at least. So I'm going to carry that along. There's some filters down there that could be lotted up. In fact, that's a filter tote. And that's a filter tote. What I need to do when I want to pry Wheeler away from what he's doing is I need to take those out, lay them all out, and try to find the ones that are worth $20 or more. And there probably are, if there's 300, 400, 500 filters in there, let's just say 300, there's probably 10 or 20 in there that are worth $20 or more that slipped in there. Rolly filters or whatever. I may also be able to have Banana Peeler sort through those and try to separate them, and at least separate some out of there that are worth nothing. But, you know, let's say there's 20 in there that are worth $20 or more. That's $400. You don't want to just throw that out in a garbage lot. And then somebody in a garbage lot will pay, for the rest of those, will pay 50 to 100, maybe even more, plus shipping. So that's still worth some money, and that's one of the things that I definitely am going to have to do. Rest of this stuff is mostly inventory. You know, there's a few totes here, like cleaning cloths, and I do know there's one more. There's one more scary garbage tote down there that I just refuse to deal with right now. What's wrong with you, dealer? Why don't you just throw stuff out? Well, early when I started doing camera stuff, I laid some stuff out and tried to list these big, gangly, weird brackets. And it turns out they're a bunch of custom brackets. Actually, I think that might be listed, but it's listed like I'm a first grader in the camera game. And Wheeler's like a master's degree or PhD in camera stuff, so I listed it like a first grader, and he looked at that and he's like, that's never gonna sell, let me do it. I'm like, oh boy. So it's listed, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm at least a second grader now. Let's take a look at some orders. I laid them all out here. Wednesday morning orders. Still not running a sale at all. We don't have any discounts going. Decided to hold off for another day on that or so. Okay, what do we got? Oh, we got a Tamron lens, 54 bucks. We've got Leica focusing loop magnifier eyepiece. Going somewhere, 75 bucks plus shipping. Going to Thailand. Here's a Rolleiflex camera adapter, 23 bucks. Zenica Veronica eye level prism finder. That is going to Australia, $142 plus 53 shipping. I may need to adjust that a little bit. Probably can go in a bubble mailer plus a box. Pentagon. Oh, I'd like to see this thing go. Some sort of adapter. Unknown adapter. Is that what it said? To unknown bayonet adapter. 23 bucks plus shipping. Going to Norway. Flash sync cord. Boy, some of these things you wouldn't think are worth any money. You just don't want to throw out. 54 bucks. Here's another lens. $32 plus. No, $32 for this lens. Alright, I catch myself doing it. My wife said every time you show items, you're clearing your nose, you're clearing your throat. I can hear it. It's driving me crazy. So I just caught myself doing it. Here's what happens. It's morning. I'm still sort of de-sinusing from the night or whatever you want to do it. If this is too gross for you, turn it off. Anyway, I'm leaning over and my nose bag, my nose is right over the microphone and I'm zooming in on this thing, so I'm gonna have to hold my breath. Oh, the things you learn. Canon film knob, 14 bucks. Holding my breath. Kodak something, Retina mount adapter, 32 bucks. Here's an old camera fitted leather case. Ooh, I'm smelling the leather. It's making me want to sneeze. 15 bucks. Here's a no name order. Actually, I couldn't find this one yet. It is somewhere back in there for Amazon. It's just a Canon AC adapter. Here's a beautiful Elgin DuraPower watch in case. $26. I believe that's going global shipping to Japan. And what the heck is that? Oh, a Fossil diamond bezel watch, $47. I believe the lady asked, are those real diamonds? And there's diamonds along the sides. I didn't get to answer her in time, and then I looked at it, and I don't know if they're little diamond flecks or something. I told her, I don't know what those are. They look like diamonds. If you don't want it, let us know, please. And she didn't. So for $47, I guess you're getting a nice Fossil watch. Small little chippy chip diamonds, who knows. Still holding my breath. A Cult Hot Slave shoe PC connector, $7 plus a little shipping. Flashball blot, $20 plus some shipping. Quick plates, we had a bunch of these QB5Ls. I sold a few at full cost, which was like $13 plus shipping. Was the price point that would move them. This person wanted all 4 of them. I gave him a deal at $40. Here's a Canon adapter, $10.39 plus shipping. Here's a Spiritone, some sort of filter, 33 bucks. Hasselblad film back body, 24 bucks. Here's a odd lens that's been around with us a while, 16 bucks. And a mint Mamiya lens cap, medium format, 15 bucks. Okay, so that's pretty good orders. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, 21 orders here. Zoomed in by mistake. 21 orders here. Who knows if we'll get more before they go out, but this is the starting point. We only need 3 more to get to 1 an hour, right? 24, 1 an hour, 24 hours in a day, 24 hours in your 25-hour day. Let's go for 25 orders. Okay, what do we got? 1, 2. Everybody want to hear me count to 22? Counting to 22. So you might say, hey dealer, what's on your mind? Whew. I don't know. I feel like I'm in Routinesville. Now, if you want to be efficient, you have to develop some routines. If you want to go crazy and pretend you're a robot, you have to do the same things every day. So I guess the best advice I can give on that, and I need to give it to myself too, is plan some breaks, plan some fun, work hard enough during your work time, focus enough during your work time so that you can go do some of those fun things, take some of those breaks, make some time for your family, your kids, make some time for yourself, make some time for the important things. Don't get in such a momentum groove that you don't take some breaks. Now with that said, momentum time is go time, and so for my own personal plan, we're going to incorporate a momentum period of sorts a few times a year, and this was an experiment. We definitely drag it out here more than 90 days. I think 90 days is probably 90 calendar days, not 90 listing days. If you take some days off in between there, I still don't think you can recover enough, and I still don't think that you can stay in a focused mindset for, you know, 3.5 months. That just doesn't work. So I don't know what we're gonna do our next length. We still have September. We have a number of things scheduled in the next 4 or 5 weeks where it'll be breaks. However, it's not going to be like a relaxing break. There's nothing like a 2 or 3 day relaxing break. There's nothing like a couple week relaxing break. There's nothing like a 6-week relaxing break if you can do it. But I'll tell you what, the only way I know how to do it is to work hard and smart sometimes, and then plan to take some of those breaks. All right, well, the day flies by. There's really not that much to show. I mean, it's sometimes I wonder, you know, I can always sit here and talk about subjects and stuff like that, but it's a lot of the same process. I got some more items out. They're exciting. You know, there's cases that are hard to identify, and then there are some camera cases that are not so hard to identify. Most of these are in pretty good condition. Straps are inside most of the cases. These range, I will list these from a range of about, no, one of them will be under $10, and I decided to list it. And then some of these Nikon F cases and some of the higher end vintage camera cases will go for $20 plus shipping, or maybe even a little bit more. Somebody sold one of these Nikon cases. It's got an identifying number on it, so you can find it either by Google or on eBay. Somebody sold one of those in at least this condition, maybe worse, for $30. So they were able to identify the lens that went in there, and I wouldn't be able to do that, but I can look at other people's listings and I can make a determination if I believe them or not. If I'm wrong and I ship it out and it doesn't fit the person's lens, then obviously I'm stuck in the middle. So you have to be careful with those type of things. And some of you who deal in the unknown, where you can sort of identify something, and then you can piece it together on the internet, but you're really not 100% sure. You guys understand that game. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I do want to provide something that is useful for them. And so if I ship them out something that doesn't work, I'm not prepared to argue with them. I'm prepared to just accept it and then go with it. You know, either refund it or send it back, depending on what it is. So that is with vintage items and certain items like that, that's just how you have to work it. Okay, so what else is going on? I got rid of most of my mess here. I used to have a bigger, that's still flash units or something. I don't know what it is. Flash units. I think it's flash units. It's something that I think I'll work on tonight. I really detest that. I think I'm going to lay them all out, have Wheeler come down and pick out a few that he'll list, and then the rest I'm going to throw out. Flash units, fully tested, researched and described which cameras they would go for. You may sell some. We have sold some in the past. The return rate, the hassle rate, the question rate, the break and shipping rate, you know, for me, if a flash doesn't sell for 30 bucks or more, forget it. That's just the way I feel about it. Wheeler wants to list every one. He wants to sell them in lots. Nobody wants them. They want a flash that'll work. There's a couple people that buy flashes. Some think they need it, and so they buy it. Some buy it for presents for people, which can be probably not so great. Other people, they need a flash. They research a flash. They typically buy a reasonable quality one, whether it's vintage or new, and they use it for what it is. And so there's a lot more flashes out there than are needed, that's for sure. And there's a billion low-ended ones that just need to be thrown away. All my opinion. Then I got this ProMaster stuff. I've threatened to contact other dealers and ship it out. I still need to do that. That will not happen tonight. And then this is garbage. I just ran out of room. We used to have at the business location pretty much a huge dumpster. And the huge dumpster I could load up and get rid of stuff all at once. I could make a trip to the dump. Our dump has started to really charge money for stuff. So what I do is I just keep filtering it out into our buckets. We got a couple buckets that go out that we pay for with the city, and I just filter stuff out. It takes some time. Sometimes you got more, sometimes you got less. For the most part, we're able to keep up with it, but it'd be nice to have a dumpster sometime if I have either a building on this property or somewhere else like that. I gotta have a dumpster. You know, you can't have any more excuses not to throw stuff away. That stuff's going away. I can tell you that. Okay, what else is going on? I guess I'll hang on. I'm going to spread out these flash units, and we'll see, without me prompting Wheeler, what he thinks of them. We'll put that on video. How about that? Okay, change of plans. I just pulled these out and started looking at them, and I'm like, I'm not going to bother Wheeler. So what I'm going to do, I'm not, you know, whatever, maybe I'm lazy. I'm going to take these and I'm going to look them up, and I'm going to narrow them down, because I didn't know what exactly was in here. I just looked one up, and it's a reasonably good one, a Nikon SS10, is that what it was? Yeah, that's an SS15, but I believe it was an SS10, and working they sell for 20, 30, 40 bucks. So that's worth listing. There's a bunch here though that don't show up on Google, don't show up anywhere. They're just so low end, as I was ranting about before. So I'm going to try to take all these and those and narrow them down and throw a bunch out. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Repeat after me. I love to list camera stuff. 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 So I really need to say that to myself. I love to list camera stuff about 10 times a day. because I have stumbled into a camera business where I have lots of camera stuff. I love to list camera stuff. I need to improve my attitude, obviously. I like to list the stuff I like to list, but I love to list camera stuff. Well, sometimes you just got to do what's right, and for me to keep crabbing about it, I better stop. So maybe I need to go back and read some attitude books, attend some you rah rah seminars, watch my attitude video, and, you know, do what I should do rather than say what I do, blah blah blah. Anyway, so I went through these. I'm glad I did. It's a learning experience that I need to do. So there's the throw out. Couple boxes. I'm gonna have to figure out how to bundle those up a little bit better. I overflowed my boxes that I had available, my throw out boxes. I've got almost 40 flash units there, 35 flash units. I don't know what the average would be, but easily I'm going to go through and test them with batteries. I talked to Wheeler about that. It's not that hard. Most of them have a test flash button on there, so you test them. You look at the contacts. There's over $500 worth of flashes there. It's not that many hours of work. Some will be returned. Some of them are 30, 40 bucks. Just got to do it. So they will go back under the table and I will list them as I can. I got some picking lined up before the end of the contest, and I actually was really setting myself up for failure here. I was setting myself up to try to be done with the camera stuff, and I just can't do it. So that's part of my frustration. I'm gonna have camera stuff to list forever and ever and ever. Even if I get other camera listers in the house, I'm gonna have camera stuff to list forever and ever and ever and ever. And I need to love listing camera stuff because it is putting food on the table and shoes on my kids' feet and tires on my Jeep and a roof over my head and vacations on the calendar and savings in the bank. I love to list camera stuff. So what I did with these, by the way, I looked them up, and anything that was questionable on the price, if there was, 15 listed and one sold and the price was 10 bucks, I'm throwing it out. And if corrosion at all in the battery compartment, I'm throwing it out. I'm just not dealing with that. The only exception would be real high-end flash units, which none of these are. Wheeler took the high-end ones out, and then he also sorted these out, and we put some other ones in lots already. These are sort of the mid-range and below. So these have been sorted. What I needed to do, and this is what I needed to do, and I did do that, is I needed to look them up, and I needed to check the battery compartments, and I was able to probably take that load down to half. Now I have 35. I just need to get those listed over the next few weeks. Okay, I'm gonna go list some stuff. I'm gonna go throw some things away. I'm gonna go wind down the evening. Kate's over there finishing up those cases. So tomorrow's Thursday. Let's do that. Pick well, list often. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer production.